Hello students, in present video I am going to explain about sixth problem from consignment accounts lesson. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter Second Year Accountancy Textbook. But this video is useful to all commerce students who want to know about consignment lesson. On consignment topic I made 10 videos. Video links are available in the description box. Let us see the question first. On 1st January 2020, Srinu of Srinivasa Nagar consigned goods value 30,000 to Arun of Alwal. Srinu paid cartage and other expenses 2,000 rupees. On 31st March 2020, Arun sent an account sales with the following information. 50% of the goods sold for 25,000 rupees. Arun incurred expenses 1750. Arun entitled to receive commission at the rate of 6% on sales. Bank draft was enclosed for the balance due. Pass necessary journal entries in the books of both the parties. Let us see the important points of this problem. Srinu is a trader who is doing his business in Srinivasa Nagar. Srinu wants to do business even in Alwal also. So Srinu sent his goods 30,000 worth goods to his agent Arun. Here Srinu is known as consignor and Arun is called consignee. To send these goods, Srinu incurred 2,000 rupees towards cartage. Arun received these goods and 50% of these goods are sold by Arun for 25,000 rupees. There is unsold stock. If 50% of the goods are sold, other 50% is unsold stock. So that unsold stock value we should calculate. To sell these goods, Arun incurred 1750 expenditure. There is a consignee expenditure details are not available in the question. And on sales, he is entitled to take a commission of 6%. So sales amount 25,000. On that 6% will be 1500 rupees. So for these transactions, we have to prepare journals in the books of consignor and consignee. So to prepare journal, we need the help of ledger. Therefore, in consignor books and in consignee books, we prepare journal and a ledger. As there is unsold stock in this problem, first, let us calculate that unsold stock value. Heading is valuation of unsold stock. Procedure. First, you have to take the cost of unsold stock. Total goods cost is 30,000. In that 50% is sold, another 50% is unsold. So, 50% of 30,000 is cost of unsold stock. 3,000 into 5. 15,000 rupees. To this, add direct expenses or non-recurring expenses of consignor Srinu and consignee Arun. Srinu incurred 2,000 rupees for cartage. Cartage expenditure paid by consignor comes under direct expenditure. So in fifth problem, I explained about direct expenses and indirect expenses. So link is available in the description box and in iCard. Proportionate direct expenses of consignor, we should add to that 15,000 rupees. 2,000 is spent on total goods. Now, as unsold stock is 50%, 50% of 2,000 rupees we should consider here. 1,000 rupees. Next. Proportionate non-recurring expenses of Arun. Arun expenses 1750. There is no proper information in the question regarding this expenditure. In the absence of proper information, consignee's expenses are recurring expenses. Indirect expenses means we should not consider them while calculating unsold stock value. So, only consignor expenses we have. Add these two amounts. 16,000 is the value of unsold stock. Now let us see the journal and the ledger of consignor and consignee. Ledger of Srinu, in brackets mentioned that he is a consignor. In consignor books, we have to prepare three accounts now: consignment account, consignee's account, and goods sent on consignment account. To consignment account, we should add consignee's area name. So, all consignment account we should prepare. Consignee's name is Arun. So, Arun account we should prepare. And goods sent on consignment account. Here, consignment account is a nominal account now. So, as per nominal account rule, consignor business related expenses and losses we should show on debit side of this account. And the consignment business related incomes we should show on credit side of this account. If you know that, remaining two accounts also easily we can prepare. As we are preparing the ledger and journal of consignor Srinu, all transactions from Srinu's point of view we have to analyze. First transaction is Srinu consigned 30,000 worth of goods to Arun. So 30,000 is the value of goods, cost price of the goods. Cost price indicates one expenditure, so it should be debited to consignment account. If you want to debit 30,000 rupees in consignment account, while writing the journal entry, consignment account should be debited. All consignment account debtor to. What to write? We are sending goods on consignment now. So you should write to goods sent on consignment account. If you want to write like this, in journal entry, you should credit goods sent on consignment account. So what is the entry for sending the goods on consignment? All consignment account debtor to goods sent on consignment account. Narration is being goods are sent on consignment. In consignment account, debit side we should post because in journal entry we debited consignment account. And in credit side we have goods sent on consignment account. Even that account also we are preparing. So same entry we should post in this account also. Which side? As goods sent on consignment account is credited, in this account credit side we should post. And what to write? Other side, debit side, we have all consignment account now. Write on that. By all consignment account. Amount is 30,000 rupees. Next transaction is Srinu incurred 2,000 rupees to send the goods. Consignor's expenses. For consignment business, it is an expenditure. As per nominal account rule, expenses are to be debited. 2,000 we should debit in consignment account. If you want to debit 2,000 in consignment account, while writing the entry also, consignment account should be debited. All consignment account debtor to. Credit side what to write? Consignor is incurring that expenditure. If he pays in cash form, we should write cash. If he issues a check, then his banker becomes a giver. So bank account is a personal account. Personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. As banker is a giver, we should credit bank account. Assume that consignor incurred this expenditure by issuing a check. So we should credit bank account. This is the entry for consignor's expenditure. All consignment account debtor to bank account. Narration is being expenses are incurred by consignor. Now in all consignment account, debit side we should post and we should write to bank account. For this 2,000 rupees we should write to bank account. Bank account we are not preparing here now. Therefore, only for one time we should post that entry. Next transaction is we send goods to consignee. Consignee sold 50% of these goods for 25,000 rupees. For sales we should write the entry now. Sales For consignment business, sale is an income. As per nominal account, incomes are to be credited. Sales amount is 25,000 rupees given in the question. If you want to credit 25,000 rupees in consignment account, while writing the entry also, we should credit Alwal consignment account. Then, which account we should write on debit? Arun sold these goods. Money is with Arun, and in future, Arun should return that money to us. So, to us, Arun is becoming a debtor. Debtor is a person who is liable to us. Debtor is an asset. Asset shows a debit balance. Therefore, we should debit Arun account. Entry for sale is Arun account debtor to consignment account. In consignment account credit side, we should post this because consignment account is credited in the entry. What to write? By Arun account. Arun account also we are preparing. Same entry we should post in Arun account. Which side? Arun account is debited. Therefore, debit side we should post. What to write? Other side, credit side. Account name is Alwal consignment account. Write down that. To Alwal consignment account. Sales amount 25,000 rupees. Next transaction is consignee's expenditure. For consignment business, as it is an expenditure, in consignment account we should debit that. Amount is 1750. In consignment account, if you want to debit, then while writing journal entry, we should debit consignment account. Alwal consignment account debtor 2. For consignor's expenses, in consignor's books we wrote bank because we issued check. But this 1750 expenditure is incurred by consignee. Money is not going from consignor. So we should not write bank or cash. Consignee incurred that expenditure, but he doesn't bear that expenditure because our goods he is selling now. So finally, we have to bear that expenditure. Means we are liable to consignee for 1750 rupees. Consignee is becoming a creditor to us. Creditor is a liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, we should credit Arun account. For consignee's expenditure, entry is consignment account debtor to Arun account. Narration being the entry for expenses incurred by consignee. Consignment account is debited. Therefore, in consignment account, we should post this entry on debit side. What to write? To Arun account. We are preparing Arun account also. As Arun account is credited, in Arun account credit side we have to post. What to write? Other side account name. Debit side account name is Alwal consignment account. Next transaction is consignee's commission. For consignment business, this commission is an expenditure. Expenditure is to be shown on debit side of consignment account. Commission amount is 1500. We have calculated here. If you want to debit 1500 in consignment account, while writing the journal entry, Alwal consignment account we should debit. And what to write in credit? We have to pay this commission to consignee. For this commission amount also, consignee is becoming a creditor. Creditor means liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, we should credit consignee's name to Arun account. Entry for commission in consignor books is Alwal consignment account debtor to Arun account. Narration being commission due to consignee. How to post? As consignment account is debited, debit side we should write to other account name, Arun account. In Arun account, credit side we should post. What to write? Other side we have all consignment now. Write on that. By all consignment account. Now come to new point. In first 4 problems, after writing commission entry, we used to close these 3 accounts one by one. But in present problem, we have unsold stock now. So total goods are not sold by consignee. He sold only 50% of the goods. Other 50% goods value we calculated in working notes, 16,000 rupees. Now for that 16,000 rupees, we should write the journal entry. Remember, unsold stock we should show on credit side of consignment account. 16,000 rupees. And what to write for this unsold stock? By consignment stock account. If you want to post like this, what should be the journal entry? Consignment account should be in credit, because credit side we want to post in consignment account. And what we wrote here? Consignment stock account. Then debit side we should write that name. Consignment stock account debtor to all consignment account. This is the entry for unsold stock. Narration is being the entry for unsold stock. Now the doubt is why unsold stock is to be credited to consignment account. Consignment account is a nominal account now. Nominal account rule: debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. As sale is an income, we credited 25,000 rupees. But unsold stock is not an income, it is an asset. If it is not an income, why we have to credit that in consignment account? Let us know this point in detail. Assume that consignor sent 100 books at the rate of 50 rupees each to consignee on consignment basis. So 2 goods sent on consignment, 100 into 50, 5,000 rupees. Consignee sold 90 books at the rate of 60 rupees each. Credit side we have to show sales. By consignee, 90 into 60, 5,400 rupees. And the unsold stock is 100 books minus 90 books, 10 books. If you write them on credit side, then only correct profit comes. So by consignment stock, 10 books into 1 book cost price is 50 rupee. With 50, if you multiply 10, then 500 is the cost price of unsold stock. Now the question is, why we are crediting this 500? If you credit this 500, then credit total is 5,900 minus debit total 5,000. So 900 is profit. For that we have to write to profit and loss account. Forget about this account and apply the simple logic here. 90 books are sold at the rate of 60 rupees each. So sale price is 5,400. The cost price of this 90 books is 90 books into 50 rupee is equal to 4,500. So 4,500 worth books are sold for 5,400. So there is a profit of 900. In account also we got that value only now. We sold 90 books. Therefore cost price of 90 books we have to compare with the sale value. Total books of cost price is 5,000. 100 books cost price is 5,000. We should not compare 5,000 with the sale price 5,400 now, because 5,000 is the cost price of 100 books, but 5,400 is the sale price of 90 books only. If you want to know the profit, then 90 books are sold for 5,500. That value should be compared with the cost price of 90 books only, not with 100 books. That is why what I did is, from 5,500 I removed, then it becomes 4,500. that 4,500 we should compare with sale value 5,400. In account, how to remove? Other side we should write. As 5,000 is debited in consignment account, if you credit consignment account with 500, then this 500 and in this 5,500 both will get nullified. Then the final result is, here we have 4,500 and this 500. These two 500s will get cancelled now. Now from 5,400, if you deduct 4,500, correct profit is coming 90 rupees. So for that sake, from 5,000 to cancel 500 rupees, what we should do? We should credit unsold stock to consignment account. Suppose we have not credited unsold stock here, then what is the meaning of this? 5,000 worth goods we sold for 5,400. So there is a profit of 400 rupees. We are not showing unsold stock anywhere. So with the consignee 10 books are there. But according to consignor's books, there is no unsold stock with consignee. And is it the correct profit? No. Correct profit figure is 900 rupees. So if you want to know the correct profit of consignment business, then from these goods sent on consignment value, unsold stock value we should reduce. How to reduce? As goods sent on consignment is debited, the unsold stock value in this amount should be credited. Then both will get cancelled, and finally here sold goods cost price will be there. So the cost price of sold goods will be compared with the sale price of sold goods. Then you will get correct profit or loss. So to explain this point, I have not taken any expenses of consignor and consignee. Then only you will understand the point properly. So what is the entry for consignment stock? In consignment account, credit side we should write by consignment stock account. If you want to post like that, while writing the entry, consignment account should be in credit and consignment stock account should be in debit. So the entry for unsold stock in consignor books is consignment stock account debtor to consignment account. After writing unsold stock value, now one by one these three accounts we have to close. Consignment account is a nominal account. It is prepared to know the profit or loss in consignment business. Observe which side total is more? Credit side. Credit side total is 41,000 rupees minus debit total 35,250. Difference is 5,750. Credit side we wrote incomes, debit side we wrote expenses. As income is more than expenditure, 5,750 is profit. In consignment business, Srinu got a profit of 5,750. Way to write? Debit total is less. Debit side you have to show this amount, 5,750. If you want to debit 5,750 to consignment account, while writing the journal entry, consignment account should be debited. So consignment account debtor to this profit or loss, we should transfer to profit and loss account. So we should write profit and loss account. As we credited profit and loss account, in consignment account, we should write to profit and loss account. Two sides put the totals. So for profit, that is the entry. Narration is being the entry for profit in consignment business. If loss comes, then reverse entry we should pass. Profit and loss account debtor to all consignment account. Then in consignment account, credit side we should write by profit and loss account. narration is being the entry for loss in consignment business. Now let us close Arun account. Arun sold goods for 25,000 rupees. From 25,000, he deducts his expenses, his commission, and the remaining amount is the due amount from Arun. And in question, he has given that Arun paid that due amount through a bank draft. Therefore, for this due amount, we should write bank account. Debit side total is more. In rough notes, write down the debit total first. From that, deduct credit total. Difference is 21,750. Way to write credit total is less. Write down on credit side. This is the due amount payable by Arun. He paid that amount by giving a demand draft. So for this amount, we should write by bank account. In Arun account, credit side we wrote by bank. If you want to post like this, entry should be bank account debtor to Arun account. As Arun account is credited, in Arun account credit side we post by bank account. Now two sides put the totals. For this entry, narration is being the due amount is received from consignee through a bank draft. Now come to last account. Goods sent on consignment account we should close. So as debit side nothing is there, same 30,000 appears here. For this 30,000 we should write to trading account. Means by transferring to trading account we are closing goods sent on consignment account. If you want to post like this, journal entry should be goods sent on consignment account debtor to trading account. As goods sent on consignment account is debited, in this account debit side it will be posted. We wrote trading account, so in particulars column we should mention to trading account. With this, consignor books are completed. Now come to consignee's books. Journal of consignee and ledger of consignee. As we are writing transactions in consignee's books now, we should analyze all these transactions from consignee's point of view. Let us see the first transaction. Arun received 30,000 worth goods on consignment basis. He records that in stock ledger, not in consignment accounts. So for this 30,000 in Arun books, we need not to write any entry. Next, consignor incurred 2,000 rupees expenditure to send these goods. That is consignor related expenditure. In consignee's books, we need not to write any entry for consignor's expenses. Next, consignee sold half of the goods for 25,000 rupees. So Arun received money from customer. In cash form, he may receive this 25,000 or in the form of a check. Our assumption is he received a check from customer. Then he deposits that check in his bank. Now his banker collects the money from customer's bank and money will be deposited in Arun's bank account. Means Arun's bank account is becoming a receiver. Bank account is a personal account. Personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. As banker is the receiver, we should debit bank account. We are writing this entry in consignee's books. Bank account debtor 2. Don't write sales account because this is not our sale. We are only an agent of Srinu. In future, we should return this sales amount to Srinu. So we are liable to Srinu. To Arun, Srinu is becoming a creditor. Creditor means liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, we should credit Srinu account. This is the entry for sales in the books of consignee. And in consignee's ledger, ledger of Arun, we prepare only one account, that is consignor's account. Why he is not preparing consignment account? Because He is not concerned with the consignment profit. He is not interested in knowing the consignment profit. So he need not to prepare consignment account. And goods sent on consignment account we are not preparing in his books because he records goods details in stock ledger. He doesn't write any journal entries for that. He doesn't prepare any accounts for that. But he wants to know finally how much amount he has to pay to consignor. So he prepares consignor's account. In that account we should post this entry. As Srinu account is credited, in Srinu account credit side we should post by bank account. Sales amount 25,000 rupees. Narration is being the entry for sales. Next what happened? Consignee incurred 1750 expenditure. For consignee's expenses, we should write the journal entry in consignee's books. Money is going from him. Our assumption is he issued a check for this amount. Banker becomes a giver. Bank account is a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver is applicable. As his banker is a giver, we should credit bank account to bank account. And this 1750 in future he should collect from Srinu. So for 1750, Srinu is becoming a debtor. Debtor means asset, asset shows a debit balance. Therefore, we should debit Srinu account. For consignee's expenses, in consignee's books, entry is Srinu account debtor to bank account. Narration being the entry for expenses. Now in Srinu account, debit side we should post this entry. Because in journal entry, Srinu account is debited. What to write? Other side account name to bank account 1750. Next come to commission of consignee. For consignee, commission is an income. Income comes under nominal account. Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. As it is an income to him, he should credit commission account. So credit should be commission account. From whom he has to receive this commission? From Srinu. So for commission amount also, Srinu is becoming a debtor. Debtor means asset. Asset shows a debit balance. Therefore, we should debit Srinu account. This is the entry for commission in consignee's books. Narration being commission is receivable. Srinu account is debited. So in Srinu account, debit side we should post. What to write? To commission account 1500 rupees. All transactions we have posted. Finally, we should balance it. And once you observe, unsold stock 16,000 I am not showing in consignee's books because when he is receiving goods, he is not writing any entry. Therefore, for unsold stock also, he need not to write any entry in his books. So remember, unsold stock entry we should pass only in consignor books, not in consignee's books. Credit total is more than debit total. In rough notes, write down the credit total 25,000 rupees minus debit total. Then the difference is 21,750. As debit total is less, write down on debit side. This is the due amount. And he paid this amount by giving one demand draft. Therefore, we should write bank account. If you want to post like this, what should be the journal entry? In Srinu account debit side we are writing to bank. If you write Srinu account debtor to bank account, then only you can post like this. As Srinu account is debited, in Srinu account debit side we post to bank account. So this is the entry for the due amount paid to consignor. Narration is being the entry for paying the due amount. Now two sides put the totals. 25,000. This is all about sixth problem from consignment lesson. Hope this video is useful to you. Thank you.